So, so I had a few more contractions, and I decided that I needed to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and it was funny because I had just gone to the bathroom a second before, but when I had the contractions, I really felt a lot of pressure, like I really needed to pee. And then the contractions were really serious in there. And then I was thinking, I wish I could go to the hospital and get drugs. What did I get myself into? This is so intense. I can't believe Barry's not here. You know, like all these thoughts were going through my head. The thoughts that I have like trained myself to think. If I'm thinking this, it must mean I'm in transition. But it's like, how could I be in transition? I've been in labor for like a half hour here. You know, I mean, it's been such a short time. And I was also expecting transition contractions to be a lot harder. I was expecting them to be like the Pitocin contractions that I had had when I gave birth to Akiva. So, and they certainly weren't even about a quarter of that hard. Although they were really, I mean, they were hard. I thought I was leaning on the towel rack in the bathroom during them. And, you know, I mean, they were, you know, I mean, I couldn't find a comfortable position anymore. Like, you know, the earlier ones, it was like I'd get on my hands and knees and I would feel so much better. Or, you know, I would do, you know, I would stand up and I would feel so much better. But these ones, like, nothing I did was making, you know, making it, I mean, it was making a difference. I had to move or do something, but it wasn't making me feel better. They were still ending, but they were very, very close together now. There was very little room between them. And there wasn't like a real serious, complete rest in between them. And I was leaning on the towel rack, and I thought I was going to rip it off the wall. I had been worried about that, you know, previously, because I thought I could see myself like having contractions in there, and it would be the perfect thing to lean on. Anyway, and then suddenly I felt my body give a push. And I was like, oh no, you know, no, this can't be happening. I'm by myself, and I don't know if I'm ready, and the midwife is not even, no one has even asked her to come yet. So, so I got out of the bathroom. And I came back onto the bed, and I was having these very strong contractions on the bed, on my hands and knees, and I saw the phone on Barry's night table, and I said, I've got to get to that phone and call the midwife and tell her to come now. And it took me, the thing what I wanted to say was that I was trying everything that I could not to push, you know. I mean, I was trying to relax and be calm, but, you know, I mean, my body was doing the involuntary pushes, but I didn't want, you know, I could tell that if I gave one push, she would come right out in one push. I mean, she was close. So I crawl over to that side of the bed. It took me like 3 or 4 contractions to get there. And I put the phone, I'm on my hands and knees because this is the only way I can deal. I built myself a little tower of pillows, actually. I was very industrious during this time to lean over it. And I put the phone down on the bed between my hands, and I just pressed speakerphone, and Miriam answered, and I said, Miriam, come right now, my body's pushing. And she said, oh, okay, and hung up, which was perfect. I thought that was the perfect response. And so I hung up the phone, and I felt this bulge. I mean, I must have sat back at some point. I must have sat back. I think I was sitting like this because I remember feeling this bulge against the heel of my foot. And I was like, there's something there. So I guess I had another contraction, and I got back on my hands and knees, and I definitely felt her move down and bulge out between my legs. And I was like, this can't be happening. I'm alone. There isn't anybody else here. She went back in. And I was like, okay, maybe this isn't really happening. And when I came back out of the bathroom that last time, I had a rush of heat come over me. And that was the first time, even though that was after the first push, that was the first time that I thought, maybe I am really having a baby today. Maybe something really is happening, because suddenly I had this flush of it. So, alright, so I'm over there, my hands and knees, and I feel her bulge out and go back in. And then, she bulged out again the next contraction. And I heard Barry come in the apartment door, and I called out, "Barry, come here, I need your help." And he came in and he said, "What would you like me to do?" And I said, "Can you feel that and see if it's her head?" And I was still wearing my underwear. Barry said, "I think you really ought to take off your underwear now." And I said something like, "Okay, just give me a minute," because another contraction was starting, and then she was just coming out. And the funny thing was that when she really crowned, this huge calm came over me. Everything stopped hurting. It didn't hurt at all. I could feel what was going on. I was completely aware, and she was coming out, and then she squirted out. I don't think her head came out in one contraction, and then her body in the next. I think all of her just came out in one, and she came out. I mean, the water broke as she was coming out. She kind of rode out on a wave of water, on a little gush of water, and I suppose she just came out of my underwear and landed on the bed. And Barry said, "What do I do?" And I said, "You're supposed to turn her face down so that if she has anything in her nose and mouth, it will drain out." So he did that, and he jiggled her. I said, "Is she breathing?" Because she wasn't making any sound. And he jiggled her a little, and she cried a little bit. And then I sat up, and I picked her up, and there she was, this little peanut. And then what happened? We were just sitting there and, admiring our new baby and waiting for Miriam to come. Oh, Barry must have called Miriam and said, "She's here, she's out." And Miriam said, "Okay, I'll stop running red lights then." And, she gave us some instructions and stuff like that. And then I said, "I think, the placenta is coming. I need to get up." So I got up onto my feet. I just squatted up so that I could get that out. And then Barry went and got a pair of scissors. He said, "Maybe I should just get a pair of scissors and cut it off." And Miriam was like, no, because she thought he was talking about the umbilical cord. But he was like, "No, maybe I should cut Noemi's underwear off so we can get the placenta out." She was like, "Yes, that's a good idea." I said, "That's a brilliant idea." So that's what he did, and put it in a container. And then it was done. So then I'm sitting there with this baby who's attached to a container in front of me on the bed. And we just sat there and, had a new baby. And Miriam came, and then Barry remembered that your dad was coming to pick up Akiva, and that he hadn't gotten there yet, and that maybe they hadn't, left yet. So he called downstairs, and he told them, "Don't leave, come upstairs and meet her. She's here already. There's no reason to go anywhere." So everyone was surprised. And and they all came upstairs, and then we had a big hubbub for the rest of the day. And that was pretty much it. So that was Sunday, and today is Tuesday. So she's 2 days old now. She's really cute. She's sleeping. Here she is.
Oh.
She's like, "Don't bother me. I'm sleeping. I'm a newborn. Leave my sleep."
How do you feel?
I feel fine. I had a good nap this morning. I went outside yesterday. It was nice. I'm having no trouble walking or anything like that. Last time I couldn't walk for like a week.
Yeah, you were sore.
I was very sore, but I'm really not that sore, and I've been, acting normal and showering and everything, and nothing is really bad. I've even been making food. So, but I have been very much enjoying my baby moon and lazing around and not doing anything except take care of this puma.
Oh.
And there we have it. She's very little. Of course she came out easy. Oh, you want to lie down.